Welcome back. This is Gage Reality, and if you could like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Here doing a video today about gun owners of America. So I'm not the ultra political guy who want to talk about politics all the time or religion or some of the touchy topics, but this is very important that I do this video, and it's about Second Amendment rights, the Bill of Rights, just being able to be a free citizen. And I thought it was very important to do this video. So over the years, I've always wanted to be a part of a Second Amendment rights organization, and but I've always had my reservations, and I only thought there was only one organization that you could join. And due to a little bit more research and time passing, I've become more knowledgeable about other organizations that are out there that are in place to protect our rights as citizens, especially the Second Amendment rights. So not here to debate, whatever topic it is, but I am here to say that it's very important to be a part of a two-way organization that will work for pushing the line to make sure that we retain our rights and the rights that we that have been put in the laws that have been put in place to strain our rights, as far as like gun ownership, right? Constitutional carry, being able to protect yourself and your family without having a legal backlash, being able to have the right to bear arms against a tyrannical government, and the list goes on. The examples are there. You can see all over the world where there are countries and people in these countries where they are forced to register their firearms, and then the government of those countries, they're able to go into these people's homes and confiscate their firearms because there was a registry. You see where the confiscation of firearms or the limitation of firearms in certain countries give more power to the government to allow them to really strain those people, to where if there was some type of fight back or pushback, that the government will have the upper hand because they have all the weapons. And not saying that a single handgun or maybe a shotgun or a rifle will be the only tool that you would need to protect yourself against a tyrannical government, but it is a tool in place to make sure that the government does not oppose their will upon the people. So just like I said, I'm not the best debater. I'm not the guy who's gonna have all the facts and the numbers and be able to debate this stuff, but I do, and you may not be, or you may, but I do understand that having the legal representation of an organization to fight for your rights is very important. No matter what your religion, race, gender is, they're there to fight for your rights. And the gun owners of America, you see I have the my sticker here and my card. So I thought it was very important to become a member, basically pay the dues, and those dues are in place to help provide resources to fight for your rights. And so basically, that's what that's there for. And you can go on to gunowners.org to the website to join or to find information about GOA that I may not be able to express. I'm not a employee or a spokesperson or anything like that. So take whatever I say as a grain of salt. But I will read the statement at the bottom of my letter that I received when I first joined. And basically it just says that GOA was founded in 1975 by the late Senator H.L. Bill Richardson. The GOA board of directors bring over 100 years of combined knowledge and experience on guns, legislation, and politics, which is a strong that's a strong statement right there. I'm not even done, but when you say politics, you have like some of these presidential candidates that was running for president of the United States. They were really running on the idea of, we're gonna take your guns. You can't have a weapon of war. I don't have a weapon of war. I don't. And what those guys are really saying is they're mixing words. They're mixing the words of AR Armalite with assault rifle, and they're mixing that word with weapon of war. I don't have any full automatic weapons, which could be considered a weapon of war if that's how you want to look at it. I have my weapons are. My firearms are semi-automatic, and there are laws in place to restrict us as citizens in the United States from purchasing a automatic weapon or fully automatic weapon. And you go through those steps and procedures and background checks to obtain those weapons. If I go through those steps, which I'm not interested in doing it because, I have other things to do and I'm happy with what I have. You can obtain those. Or if you're a criminal, right, you just go and steal it or buy it on the black market. So there's no law in place to prevent a criminal from purchasing, an automatic weapon, So, my whole reason of being a part of GOA is to have this organization fight for my rights. So some politician with an agenda try to limit my rights to bear arms. That's the whole point. So the next sentence says, GOA is not satisfied with the status quo, and that's in quotation marks. Americans have lost some of our precious gun rights and we want them back. This is why GOA is considered the no compromise, and that's in quotation marks, gun lobby. And so from my understanding, what that means is GOA is not willing to compromise for their rights. There are some compromises that are out there on the books right now, as far as, just like I was saying, how you purchase an automatic firearm. You have to go through these background checks and certain procedures that you have to do to own that firearm. That's seen as a compromise. Even when you look at a suppressor or a silencer, where you pay your $200 tax stamp, that's seen as a compromise. And also the wait. Some guys are waiting up to a year to receive their hearing devices. So everyone has their own fight, but don't infringe upon my rights because you feel a certain way. And so GOA, they're there to fight for us. So I think it's a great organization. I'm proud to be a part of this organization, and hopefully if you're watching this video and you're not a part of a 2A organization, an organization that's going to fight for our Second Amendment rights, please join GOA or join another reputable organization that's going to fight for our Second Amendment rights. So I just want to put this video out. I thought it was very important. You know, this is my welcome letter, and it has my member number on it. Also, you know, they send, you know, a little list right here of other items that you could purchase to help fight for the cause. You know, purchase some merchandise that'll, you know, of course, you know, those proceeds going to help for the cause. And then they send other little letters in the mail about, you know, legislation that's coming up, and you know, surveys, you know, and just like this one right here, gun owners member report. You know, this was for March right here, and so super cool. And you know, this is about the Gun-a-thon that's supposed to come up on April 25th. It may be canceled due to, you know, COVID-19, but just like I said, do your own research. If you're against gun rights, I would highly suggest you do more research and get out to a range, shoot a gun if you don't have one. Look into GOA. You know, there's different ways to express how you feel, and sometimes when you meet an individual or individuals that may be a positive or negative influence, but it's just kind of like, let's say McDonald's, right? And you know, that's just throwing McDonald's out there. You may have a poor experience with McDonald's in one city, and you go to another city and you go to that McDonald's, you may have a great experience. So I don't know if you have a negative view on gun rights because you may have had a negative experience, but I guarantee you, if you interact with more people who are pro-gun or pro-gun rights, you'll see that there's a whole world out here that can give you a much better experience. So this is Gage Reality. Thank you for checking out this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And also check me out on Instagram at Gage_reality. And we're out. Thank you so much for watching this video.